All right, guys, this class is being recorded and then we will send it out to all the people who registered. Totally, there's about 45 people who have requested for registration for this course. This is the first free class that we're going to be running for this class as well. And the class seats are very limited. It's around 10 people. We don't like to go beyond 10. It's just because whenever you ask questions and when we have class activity, if there's more than 10, we find the class gets just dragged on, right? So this is 100% live and online. That's the reason why we like to keep it as a small number. Okay. And the class timing is every Monday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I know your mics are muted right now. I will give you time. I'll unlock the mics and I'll give you guys time to ask any questions that you have about this course and anything after we cover everything. Okay. So let's get started. And this class is being recorded. So if anyone who's missing the class, don't worry about it. I'll send them to all of the people who request so that you can watch it. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to say about myself. So my name is Atavan Mahendra Kumar, and I've been having experience in IT for more than 12 years. I would say about 14 years. And in the 14 years, about 8 years in like managerial role. So IT operations manager, IT infrastructure manager, IT service delivery manager, and now I'm a IT operations manager. Okay, that is my major role, and I also play the role of IT director at Durham College for the cloud computing course. Okay, that is a volunteer service that we do. I've been chosen to do for 4 years, so this is going to become my final year to do there. So I'm acting as a IT director and a chairman as well at Durham College in Oshawa for the cloud computing program. Okay, and I have experience working in both public sector and private sector. I have worked for Ontario Shores. They're at Whitby. They're a public mental health hospital, and also I work for EHN, which is Edgewood Health Network, which is also an addiction treatment center. So they treat for addictions and opiate abuse and those type of things, right? And I've also helped set up hold and release jails in Saskatchewan and Alberta in Canada itself. Okay, so those are some of my qualifications. I'm also certified in ITIL, PMP, and then a whole lot of Microsoft certifications like Azure 104, Azure 900. MS 900, MS 105 as well, 100 and 105 as well, I believe. These are certifications, which we will talk really deep in the course as well, okay? So these are some of my qualifications. And I've been teaching this for several years now, and I've been training as well in the corporate environment for IT help desk analyst. So same role that I'm training you in right now. I would train for the same role, exact same level of training in the corporate side as well for different companies. Right now, my majority of work is right now consulting. So I don't work a full-time job to any one of those companies, but I work for lots of companies to train their IT team. And my specialization is cybersecurity. So I oversee cybersecurity, and as well as I oversee the training of IT department as well, okay, in various IT companies. And the class discipline, this is what is very important for me. I like to maintain a very strict class discipline, and this is one is for you and one is for me. Okay, how my teaching styles are. What I want to cover here is what is my teaching styles, and what are assignments in this course. What is a course structure? Okay, so you'll have a total of 32 hours of class through plus or minus throughout this the 4 months. Okay, this is a 4 months course. And every week we will be meeting about 2 hours, okay? So you'll have 4 classes per month, and this is a 4 months class, okay? So the whole total class hours are 32 hours. You'll have assignments as well during this class, and you must complete them on a given time. There is no extension of timing, and there is no extension of assignments or quizzes, okay? So it must be done during the time. That's around 20 hours, addition to the class timing, okay? This you will be performing in your own individual timing, okay? And there's about 5 quizzes in this course as well. This is to test your knowledge, and you must complete them in the time that's given to you, okay? And you must at least achieve a minimum of 85% of these quizzes. And trust me, I've been teaching for 3-4 years. I've never had anyone fail these quizzes. These quizzes are very, very. It's not about. It's not to make you fail, but it's to understand. It's to make sure you understand the concept of the core subject, okay? And usually they're for each modules. And I'll tell you what the modules are like. Okay, when we go a little bit deeper, you'll see exactly what the modules are like. And each one of the modules you'll be tested on roughly around 15 to 20 questions. They're all multiple choice or short answers. Okay, and they're done through our Connect, and they're done through a Connect portal. So we actually have a student portal that you'll have your own accounts in. You'll go in and do your assignments there. You'll actually go in and see the class recordings in there. And you'll also go and do your assignments in there, okay? And again, we can mark it and do that type of thing, right? And then there's about 3 hours of mentorship during this course as well, which is for resume preparations, applying for jobs, and how do you actually talk to people. And it's just a mentorship for consulting, okay? For training you can use that 3 hours for anything you like. And it's not really strict 3 hours. And if we do have to go over 3 hours, I don't really mind. As long as we find a common time that works for both you and me, I'm okay with it, okay? We will definitely usually find a common time that works for both of us to mentorship, for applying for jobs, and those type of things, okay? For the people who's joining in late, that's okay, no problem at all. I have this class recording, so I will send it over to you guys once the class is done, okay? Maybe today evening or tomorrow morning, okay? I'll get the class recording and send it to all of you guys. But yeah, the total class hours are 70 hours. That's not including just the in-class hours, right? It's including assignments, there's quizzes, and there's mentorship. Okay? And in addition to this, you will be required to do 2 to 3 certifications that those are required for you to do. Okay, and we will definitely tell you what those are. We have to wait until the report comes in from agencies. So what I mean by agencies is we work with about 5 to 6 different recruiting agencies across Canada, including Robert Half. There's Texas, there's Compugen, there's Motion Recruiting, there is Job Seekers, there is various amount of recruiting agencies who we work with. And usually during the first 5th week or 6th week of you starting the class, we'll actually get a report from the recruiting agency saying, by the time you guys finish courses, these are the certifications, those are good to have, or those are something that they need for you to have for them to apply on behalf of you or to help you land a job. And those are something you must get, okay? And you might not be able to get it right away when we finish the job, when we finish the training, that's okay. You can even take 2 to 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 6 weeks to complete the certifications. Once you finish the certification, you send me the things, we will start to give you the applications to apply for these jobs. And as well as, we will tell you exactly who to contact to start applying for it. We work with about 5 to 6, maybe even 7 agencies, recruiting agencies, across some given time of each season, right? So right now for the batch, we're working with about 4 different agencies right now. And previously we have worked with 7. It just depends on the season, okay? So we get people for recruiting agencies, right? Right now, the highest market right now, what I'm talking about right now is being October to December, is Office 365 migrations happening. So a lot of people who are studying with us, we're getting them to apply to it, and a lot of people have gotten jobs. So in the last 2 batches, there are about 20. There's about 18 or 20 people, I believe, and out of 18 or 20 people successfully have completed the certifications. Where I believe they're about 12. And out of 12, 11 have already successfully landed the job right now, okay? We're still waiting on one more person. They're doing the interviews. I'm just connecting them with other agencies so they can do the interview with other agencies, right? But the thing is, even though you complete this course, we still tell you the mandatory certifications you have to complete that you need to complete, okay? That's how you can get into the market right now. Unfortunately, even though you might have a degree, diploma, or if you have even external, meaning if you have it, experience that's outside of Canada as well, that will not be used, okay? And usually during our mentorship or the one-on-one sessions, I will teach you, there's actually a section on how do you actually build resumes. I will go through it. I will ask you to create your resume, send them to me, and we'll go ahead and do some modifications. You will create that as your template resumes, and we'll work with that to apply for other jobs. Okay? And that's what you work with your agencies who we give you. You'll reach out to them, and you'll do all the application itself, okay? CTEC Training Center or CTEC Training Center involved anyone or the agencies who we work with will not ask you for any sort of commission for job, will not take any percentage from your annual salary at the end, okay? We will never ask you that. We will, who are the agencies who we work with, they do not ask you for any fees. Now, for recruiting agencies, how they make the money is they get the payment from the employer. Okay, the companies who they're working with, they'll get the money from them. You do not have to pay them anything out of your pocket. Nobody will ask you that, you guys have to give us a percentage from our side. Okay, that is something that I want to be very clear. We do not do recruiting services, okay, at CTech Training Center. That I want to be very clear with you guys. We do not help people out just for getting a job. That's not our job, okay? We do training and we pass you on. As soon as you pass everything, you have everything, we give you the details who to contact to start applying for, okay? And then you're off to applying. We will teach you the tips and tricks on what you need to do to maintain your resume in a very good state, your LinkedIn. And we will also tell you what type of things you can add in your resume to boost it up, right? So we will give you this course as its experience on the resume itself. We would vouch for you for all the things that we cover here, okay? As your training itself, okay? This will be considered as your co-op or internship training itself, okay? What you can expect from me. So a clear explanation of all course content, going through any technical aspect, and also going through from a very, very beginner state, okay? I will not even though you might have experience in a lot of stuff we cover, but I would still cover this as if you have no idea whatsoever. Okay, so this is for anyone with no experience whatsoever. They can start it, and you will understand it. Okay, we have trained people from different genres of no experience whatsoever, right? So we have trained people in their 50s who's coming from a nursing background, or janitorial background, or even a carpenter background, right? So, but they have successfully went through this training and they have completely understood everything that we covered. It's because that's the level of training that we provide, okay? And sometimes for people who's way too advanced, yes, this might be slightly boring, but not everybody starts in the same pace, right? So that's the reason why we start from the beginning. And you do have to, even if you're experienced, you still have to sit through and walk through with it, okay? And just because you've experienced, you cannot say I will not do this assignment. All the assignments are marked, and we will work because based on your commitment to this course, okay? A well-structured breakdown of all modules in the course and making sure that you understand for your specific role, which is the IT Help Desk Analyst training, okay? Which is IT Help Desk Analyst program itself. We only cover for that job role. We don't cover anything beyond the job role or less than the job role itself, okay? So your job role will be to maintain. So IT Help Desk Analysts are the ones who maintain. They don't create anything new. And we will go really deep into it once we in the next classes, what you do and what you cannot do. Because there's something called scope of work, okay? Which means as IT Help Desk Analyst, you can do certain things and you cannot do certain things. It's to have something called a separation of duty. That will teach you how to do that and how to maintain that as well, okay? And you'll also get 2 personalized mentorship during this course, 2 to 3. It's not a big deal, as I said. We formally say 2, but we went on to more than 4 as well, right? It depends on your personal need itself. And these mentorships are making sure to help you get your resume up to date, helping you how to apply for work. And also, if you're failing in interviews, we will sit down with you and we'll ask you to record the interviews so we can just sit down, listen, and give you some key points and some feedbacks what you can do to improve for the next steps. Okay, that's what these mentorships are for. And you can use these mentorship until you get a job, or even after you get a job, right? Even if you get a problem at the workplace that you can't handle, you can definitely shoot up. I'll give you a calendar invite link where you can go in and you can book up a 30 minutes to 1 hour slots, totally free. That will give you more of an insights of anything you like to ask about your strategies on moving to a different level, or anything that's happening in your workplace, right? That is, that you need some advice on. And in this course itself, in the 4 months, we will cover about 50 to 60% of the skills you require for a job place, okay? The reason why we cannot give 100% is the 40%, it really depends on the job place itself. So we'll cover everything that you need to know, and with the 60%, you can build the 40%, okay? From the workplace itself. We'll give you hands-on, realistic experience, not just textbook experience, right? So you'll actually, for example, you'll actually create the Azure accounts, Azure Enter ID accounts. We'll see what those are if you don't know what that is. And you'll actually maintain them. You'll do troubleshooting. You understand them from A to Z for your role, right? You'll also understand what is onboarding and offboarding users is. How do you do actually position change from an IT standpoint? What if somebody's joining the company? How do you actually create an account and give them all the access they need, right? You'll learn all of that. And you'll also learn how you actually offboard them, meaning how do you actually, if they get let go from the company and they move on, how do you actually properly dispose of the account, right? So in case, even in the future, if you need to get some sort of evidence or some sort of log files, you can still get that, right? You'll learn all of this and you don't have to have any experience whatsoever, okay? And it, if I feel like the class needs to be extended, you know how I say this is 4 months, right? So maybe we might have to extend it by 1 or 2 weeks. You don't have to pay anything for it. I just want to make sure that you are ready for the job field, very successful. And we have in the past have extended the class with no additional cost to the students itself. It is just to make sure that we have covered the course 100%. Even the current batch that's happening, they've been extended for 3 weeks. It's just because we figured out that the class itself, they did not understand the Office 365 portion. We just don't want to rush them and finish them, right? So the troubleshooting sessions have been extended for another 3 weeks. So sometimes the class does get extended by 2 to 3 weeks. It's for the benefit of you, and we do not charge anything extra for that, okay? And the whole point of the reason why we extend is if we find the whole average class does not get anything above 85, if they get anything below 85, we will definitely extend the course itself, okay? Right. And I will definitely unlock them, Mike. Just give me 1 second. Let me cover what I need to cover, and then I'll unlock the mic for your question, okay? A note from me is there's always something new to learn for you and me as well. So Azure and anything with cloud like AWS, GCP, they always upgrade their portal every month, every 2 weeks, now without any advice, right? So sometimes there might be in the course, I mean, like, okay, I'm not sure what this is, right? It has happened. I might have to just go and refer to some Microsoft material, and we'll do that live in class. Or I might say, okay, guys, I have to take this away and see what this is and come back to you. But my commitment is that if I don't know something, I'll figure it out and let you guys know. And I will not say this is not part of your, you don't need to learn this. As long as this is part of your role to become IT help desk analyst, this is if I cannot teach you at the class, I'll take it away. I'll either send you a video recording or a document, or I'll cover it in the next class, okay? And also your recording will be available to you guys within 24 hours of the first class, okay? That is my guarantee, okay? And as I said, I may not have all the answers, but I promise to give it my best effort to help you find them, okay? And with my style of teaching is, if this assignment, you ask me, I don't know this, I will ask you, okay, what are the steps or what are the ways you have taken to have a look at how to complete the assignment, right? If you say you haven't tried it, I will not help you at all. Okay, you're supposed to try it, and it will be hard, but you'll learn a lot of things from it, right? And we have seen from our 10 different batches we have run in the past 3 years, even the last batch too, a student comes in with no knowledge whatsoever, but they'll be talking about, position change and different types of enter IDs and the licensing and everything, right? It's because they went through the hard steps of researching, figuring out the other stuff, right? So that is what we encourage. But what I'll do is, if you're going the wrong direction, I'll just push you in the right direction, right? I'll tell you, okay, you might want to look at this. And it's not to not give you the answer, but it's to give you the path of learning by researching. And that is what's going to help you in the future as well, right? I'm not going to be available when you go to work, but I will give you the skills what you need to go to work, right? That's what it is about, okay? And trust me, sometimes it might be frustrating. And one more thing is, if an assignment is due on Mondays, which most assignments will be for you guys, it'll be due before the class starts, right? You can't come to me on a Sunday night or Monday morning and be like, I need extension. I will not even reply back to you, to be honest, okay? Even on a Sunday. This has to be planned, and you do have your whole entire class that you can ask questions to, right? So we always encourage you asking your teammates and collaborating with your teammates, right, before asking me. And the email chains I will be tagged into. And if I don't see that it's going in the right direction, I'll jump in and reply to it to push you guys in the right direction, okay? That will definitely happen. And also throughout this courses, we will have definitely in-class assignment period and take-home assignment periods as well, okay? And the in-class assignment periods are to make sure that you're working as a team and building the team confidence and building that you guys are talking as a team and collaborating. And when I always refer to you guys as a team, not as a student. So it's to encourage you that to have the mindset that you're working as a part of an IT team, and you'll have a very realistic approach to this, okay? What I expect from you, 200% dedication, aim to land the IT level 1 job. Okay? Be willing to be willing to give maximum effort to complete each task, each and every task, not just start it, but follow through to finish it. Okay. Ask questions during class. No question is too small. Always come prepared for the class. Don't be late. Respect the schedule and everyone's timing. If you're running late, let me know 30 minutes to 60 minutes in advance. You will be permitted in class. Okay. So if I don't see you when the class starts at 6:05 every day, I would expect you're going to be away, but I would have expected already a message before that. Okay. If I don't, that'll be considered as abandon of class, which is very bad. Okay. So when we give these references for you for the internship, consider this as one of the things that we look at, right? So if you're going to workplace, if you're going to be late, you are expected to text your team lead or message your team lead saying that you're running late, right? And I would expect that you treat this class the same way. If you're going to be late, you must have emailed the whole group saying that, hey guys, I'm running 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late. That's fine. But if you don't do anything, that's considered as a very, very bad etiquette, right? So please keep that up, and that's something that will help you in the future as well, right? It's okay to be late, but it's not okay to not let the team know you're going to be late, okay? And just expect to show up, okay, when the class starts. Class disciplines are joined by computer. I would suggest join by your computer as much as possible. I know some people, they might be traveling some days. It's fine if you join by your phone, but I would suggest you join by your computer all the time, okay? Webcams are optional. You don't have to turn on webcam. I will have my webcam turned on at majority of the time, okay? If I cannot turn on my webcam, which means I'm in another place which does not allow me to turn on the webcam because of privacy things. And mic is muted unless you need to ask a question or you were asked a question, okay? I know right now the mic stopped because of, people coming in and going out. I just don't want some things to disturb my class, but I will definitely unlock the mic so you guys can ask questions, okay? And right now, for the next 4 months, I don't have any holidays in mind, but if there is, I will definitely let you guys know at least 1 or 2 weeks before if there's any holidays that is affecting this class. For now, I don't think there's anything that's affecting this class in my purview for the next 4 months, okay? If there is, I will definitely let you guys know weeks before. And also, if I do need to take time off, now I don't really take too much time off because considering that the class is one day a week, right? If I do need to, I will definitely let you guys at least 30 minutes before the class in case of any emergencies, okay? But if it's a well planned out, I'll let you guys know a couple of days or weeks before through an email. Primarily through email, okay? I'll let you guys know. Timing of the classes are usually the classes from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We will start the class at 6:05. Usually I allow for 5 minutes everyone to come in, start the class 5 minutes, and then it finishes by 8 o'clock. Usually 7:55, 7:45 we'll have a wrap up of the class, okay? So you can go ahead and prepare and everything. There will be lecture classes where we'll sit down and talk like this. There will be lab classes where we'll go through assignments and we'll work on assignments, and there'll be working period as well, okay? And usually tests and assignments are take home. So you'll do them in your free time, and you'll have ample amount of time. Usually for common assignments that will take you, 2 to 3 hours, we will ask you to finish it with the note. Okay? But if it's an assignment that we feel like that needs anything more than 3 hours, 3 to 6 hours, we will give you 2 weeks to complete. Okay, and then one class we consider as working period. Yeah, Mohammed, just give me like 30 minutes, man, and I'll give you time to speak. Okay, I'll unlock the mic. In case of emergency where I'm not able to conduct the class, I will notify via email at least 1 hour before scheduled class time, okay? As I said before, if I'm unable to attend the class, if you're unable to attend the class, please send the update to the entire class saying that you will not be able to make it. We don't need to do the reasoning, but just to let the class know that you will not be able to make it today, okay? So it's courteous that you're doing this. Treat this as a team itself, okay? That is when you'll be successful. Absence, maximum 3 days off allowed for the entire course itself. So if you consider we're meeting 4 times a week, 3 times will put you in a lot of bad spaces, okay? And even if you're off for 3 days, we will still give you the recording, not a problem at all. And if you need to be more than 3 days, it's fine, but as long as you give me a proper reasoning and I can put that on the file, right? Because for referencing, when we work with these agencies, they expect us to tell the truth, and we cannot lie on it. Okay, it's our reputation, right? So we will make sure, as long as you give it the proper reasoning for anything more than that, we will definitely, tell them. But you did watch the class, you did do the assignment, that's fine. But as long as you give us proper reasoning, and even the 3 days off, please make sure you have to notify us before you take the days off. Okay, you cannot just not show up on Monday class and then send us an email on Tuesday. That will still be considered as no response. Okay, which is very bad when we do that. Okay, it's just very bad on you. Recording policies: students are not allowed to record these classes. Okay, we will have these classes recorded and we will post them in our Student Connect portal, and you can go and view them even after 6 months after completing the course. Okay, not a problem at all. You'll still have access to the course even after 6 months of completing the course, which means you'll have up to 10 months of access to this course. Okay, in theory, because the class is 4 months. And even after the 4 months is done, you'll have 6 months of access. Okay, minimum 6 months. Maximum, I don't know how to say it, but minimum you have 6 months. 6 months recording. That is a commitment from CTEC training. Okay. Student note: all students must keep a detailed notes. Okay, so we'll teach you how to do a IT documentation or IT notes. We would expect you to keep all the assignments in the same order, and all assignments will be following the fashion of documentation. Okay. Notes are required as part of your final submission for each modules. We will have a session for note taking for IT admins. Okay, that is something you need to understand. That is something that you will need to work on, and that is how all your assignments are designed. You will need to keep a note of all your notes. Okay. And throughout this class, I'll tell you just put this in your note or something like that, just so you have this somewhere in your note. Okay, we will check them. Those are important points. Okay. Assignments: student must complete all assignments. Due dates are strict, no extension for any reason. Okay. When I mean any reason is, in case you had any medical emergency, that's fine. As long as you provide a medical note, we'll put that on your record and we'll give you extension. But 98% of the time, there is no extension. So I'll be we're very strict on that. Okay. It's not something we enforce it. The agencies who we work with, the recruiting agencies who we work with, they expect no extension. It's just because at workplace, when they're giving you a task, you cannot be extended, right? So you have to work with your time. I know you might have work, but you do have to prioritize the assignments as well, right? So there's days that when I'm at work, I have to do certain things by this time, right? I cannot ask for extension. It's just not how it works. So keep that in mind, and all assignments are due when they're assigned to you, and they're not something that they're meant to make you fail or make you delay, right? They're meant to test out your knowledge and give you more knowledge on them, right? So treat them as it is and put some time to learn them properly. Okay. Total of 6 to 8 assignments will be given during this course. The reason why there's a difference of 2 to 3 is because sometimes Microsoft has introduced a new product, and that is something in the market that we want you to learn. We will give that assignment, okay? But we'll go through the class. It's not something we'll just throw at you and expect you to complete, right? And the course will start out very easy for beginners, and as we progress more, everything will be handed to you and you'll be expected to be done, right? But at the time when you're given to do it, you'll have a lot more resources. You'll understand how everything works, and you will be able to research on your own and complete this task, okay? And if you need any help, you must ask at least 28 to 48 hours before the assignment is due, okay? Not like, as I said, if the assignment is due on Monday, you don't ask on Monday or you don't ask on Sunday evening, right? Be very cautious, work on the assignment throughout the week, and discuss with your class, because we will give you an email chain that you can start a discussion within your class to ask any question. We'll tell you how to exactly do that, okay? We'll show you all that. Quizzes, there's about 5 quizzes in total, okay? And student must get at least minimum 80% on each quizzes. As I said, we've been running this for almost 3+ years now. I've never seen anyone who has been participating in class, as I'm saying again, who has been participating in class get less than 95 or 90%. I never seen anyone. If you don't participate in class, yes, it is going to be hard, okay? You will definitely not get the mark, but as long as you're participating in the class and you're watching a recording and you're doing the assignments, definitely you'll get more than 90, okay? Not a problem at all. What is a job guarantee or job assistance, including is resume preparation requirements? So you'll be asked to do that. Remember the certifications I told you, and project works and course certifications, okay? These are some things that we will give you to make sure you're successful in landing a job. And I want to be very clear here is, job guaranteed and job assurance is, we can do our part, but at the end of the day, you do have to do your part, right? So job right now does not land on your lap, and we do not say, okay, as soon as you're done, you're getting a magically course, right? Magically a job. What we're saying is we will get you in the line of getting a job as long as you work hard and you apply, and you do have to attend the interviews. There is no setting up here. We do not take any commission from you or anything, okay? You do have to, end up doing the interviews. You do have to end up doing, going and talking to the managers and making sure that they feel like they're confident, right? Which means your understanding in these core subjects and certifications are very must, okay? I know people in the past have done some proxies to pass the certification. Trust me, when you go into the interview, you'll be tuned up and thrown up, okay? It's just because they understand how this works. So there's no point of lying and getting it. Actually study and get it, right? And when you go and land in the interview, and it's easy for you to answer questions. And trust me, a lot of these jobs, people might ask, I don't have any experience, I don't have any work experience. These are not something, these jobs are not something that require you to have 1 or 2 years experience. If you see these jobs, even if you go on LinkedIn or Indeed and you search for like level 1 jobs, they either say certification, education, or 1 to 2 years of experience, right? So those are the categories that we will try to get you into, right? And those are the things the agency who we work with, recruiting agencies who we work with, they'll get you the doors, foot in the door. But you still have to do your job, okay? If you don't do the job, you will not get if you don't do your part of this trade as well, you won't get a job, and we can't help you with that, right? We can only make sure that you're into the interviews and you can do the interviews and be successful in the interviews and get you into the right path. But it's still your part to walk the path and do the work on landing the job, right? So that is what this is about, okay? Being very honest and being very open to it, okay? It's okay. The things that we cover in the course is from the beginning to the end. I'll show you guys. There's about 9 modules, I believe. It's the first one is IT fundamentals. We cover what you need to understand about IT itself in a corporation, how it works, what is the role of IT help desk analyst or services analyst, what are your responsibilities, what you can do and what you cannot do, and the software installation, configuration, basics, virtual machines, and everything that you need to know for your role itself. Okay, so from the module 1, you'll have a great understanding of your role and what is your day-to-day job will be like, okay? The step 2 is networking basics. In this one, we don't go so deep, okay? This is just what you need to understand for your role itself, how does the network work, and how do you actually do basic troubleshooting, okay, for your role. We'll teach you what is a LAN, WAN, VPN, how it works, IP address and subnetting basics. Don't worry if you don't know what that is. We'll go through it in module 2, okay? And DHCP and DNS basics, configuration and troubleshooting network connectivity, okay? And introduction to Wi-Fi, network security, and best practices, okay? This will get you covered in our network basics understanding, and you'll have a very good understanding of how the network works in a corporate environment and how do you actually troubleshoot them, okay? The next is our cybersecurity module. And we don't go so deep, as I said, this is just for your role, right? So we will teach you what you need to know for cybersecurity for your role, for IT help desk analyst role, and we'll tell you how do you actually maintain a password policy, how does the MFA works. If you don't know what that is, that's the multi-factor authentication, okay? How does the implementation work? How does the endpoint security works? Identity and responding to phishing attacks. What are the different types of cybersecurity attacks there is? And how do you actually identify them and how do you actually report them as an IT help desk analyst? And we'll actually go through some compliances and protection protocols like GDPR, PHIPAA, HIPAA, and the basics of that, okay? So you understand for your role. As you see, we cover everything that you need to know for your role to be successful, okay? And for IT help desk analyst, it is one of the jobs that you can get into that'll have the path to go anywhere. You can even become a network admin, you can become a system admin, cybersecurity analyst, or you can even become a SOC or NOC, right? It's because this is a front, they're considered as the frontline workers. Everything comes through you and gets filtered to any other groups, right? So it's a very good place to start off with. Everybody starts here, right? As a help desk analyst or a services analyst, right? That's where everybody starts. And I started the same place too, to be honest. And then in module 4, we'll cover cloud concept, which is like Microsoft Azure. And this is not just theory, okay? So until networking and security, this is going to be basically about theory. They're individual. They're about 1 or 2 classes each, okay? But these are what the first layer is just theory classes, okay? And then after when we go to the Microsoft Azure, this is going to be 100% hands-on. You'll create your Microsoft account. You'll maintain your Microsoft account, and you'll be doing that from basics, right? We won't just jump you there, but we'll teach you how to do it. We'll hold your hands and we'll help you do that thing, right? But everything will start to build up so you can start creating things by yourself. Learn the introduction to ask me, just give me think, let me finish it and I'll unlock the mic so you guys can you guys will all have time to ask questions. Okay, please, just about 5-10 minutes. Okay, so introduction to cloud computing and Microsoft Azure will give you all the understanding what you need to know about how Microsoft Azure works. What is Microsoft Azure? And you'll actually work on Microsoft Azure. It used to be called Active Directory, but it's now called Entra. Okay, so you'll actually have a hands-on practice and hands-on working knowledge in it, and you'll also understand something called RBAC, role-based access control, which is something very new, and it's something very good to put on your resume itself. Okay. Okay, somebody said I'm not able to hear you. I think it's probably your speaker itself, because I can see the microphone thing is lighting up in here from my side. Just so please check your microphone, okay? Okay. Once again. Okay, so yeah, so in Microsoft Azure, you'll learn the RBAC, and also you'll learn something called IAM. Okay, it's called Identity and Access Management, which is also something very good to put on your resume, and you'll also have very good hands-on experience in that role as well. And you'll also have understanding of how to troubleshoot common Azure issues specific to your role itself. Okay, we'll go through all these plays in that module itself. This is about 2 to 3 weeks of Azure covering we'll have, okay? And also Office 365 and MDM will actually cover Office 365 account creations. Office 365 meaning not just Word, Outlook, and thing, right? You'll actually create mailboxes for people working in the company. You'll actually create about 20-25 users inside Microsoft Azure and inside Office 365 and give them licensing, give them roles, assign them into different fields, right? So you'll have this whole workshops that you'll start getting hands-on experience, and as well as managing and troubleshooting MDMs and MFAs. So how do you actually reset password? How do you actually revoke MFAs and reassign MFAs? How do you actually assign licensing? And you'll also understand how to actually, troubleshoot Microsoft login issues. A lot of things for your job role is about, if somebody says I can't log into my Microsoft, you can actually see are they putting in a wrong password, or are they logging in from is the issue coming from a different policy, like the computer's outdated, or are they using your wrong MFA, right? So you'll time.mfa, you'll get a very good log report and you'll understand how to read the log report itself, okay? And the next thing is we go on another module, which is called troubleshooting and support technique. This is where we talk about, as a help desk analyst, you'll have to ask the right questions to troubleshoot out of the problem, right? You'll become like the doctor. End of the day, when you go to the doctor, right? If your chest is hurting you, all you're saying is my chest is hurting you. The doctor asks you, where does it hurt? How does it feel? And he gets a diagnosis, right? You'll understand a step-by-step understanding of how to do troubleshooting, which is what is essential when you go into a job or when you go into interview. Asking the right question in the right order will give you the answer much more better. And you can come up with a theory for resolving it much more time efficient, right? It's not a quick resolving of the issue is not always a permanent result, but when you follow this order, it gives you a timely fashion, right? You can do it in a timely fashion with also delaying support, right? And we'll help the troubleshooting methodology. There's actually a methodology that was invented by CompTIA A+. We'll cover that as well, right? And Windows and Mac OS troubleshooting, printer and peripherals device issues, common software errors and fix, and remote support, remote desktop protocol, something called RDP. We'll talk about that as well. Okay. And then module 7, we'll talk about ITIL framework. This is something very important right now. It's something very huge in the IT market. If you see in LinkedIn or Indeed, any entry-level jobs will need you to have ITIL understanding and ITIL certifications. And it's something that is developed by, I believe it's developed by the British Council. It's to make sure the IT runs in a very good, efficient way for the corporation, for IT to support the corporation itself, right? Remember, IT is always part of a company, right? It can never be a company itself. IT is always part of a company. And how does, as ITIL allows them to get a report or get understanding of how is the IT helping the business, and is there something they can do to improve IT's efficiency so it can help out the company more, and how do you actually improve. And there's never something called, where improved, we cannot go maximum. There's always space for improvements, and that's what it talks about, right? You'll have a clear understanding of introduction to ITIL and service management. You'll have a clear understanding of incident management, which is very good, handling user issue, problem management, root cause analysis, and you'll also have understanding of change management, understanding IT changes, okay? And this is where the documentation and knowledge-based creation comes into. This is what part of your note-taking as well, okay? And you'll also have the module 8, which is a ticketing system. You'll have a hands-on, a very realistic approach to a ticketing system. We'll actually give you a ticketing system where you can go in and put in tickets and resolve. Ticketing system is almost like how you get your work, right? And how do you actually get your work and do your work? This is how it works. And every work you apply to, you'll see that you'll need to have a hands-on experience with ticketing system. And any ticketing system you work on, it's pretty much all ticketing systems are the same thing. It's end of the day, it's managing incidents, managing issues, requests, assets, okay? With this ticketing system we give you, you can do the same thing. And this is the same thing as ServiceNow, Jira, or Asana, or any of those ticketing systems out there. This is equivalent to it, okay? So you can already confidently put that you have experience working on ticketing system. And you'll also understand creating and managing ticketing efficiently, working with the ticketing system, prioritizing an SLA, service level agreement. We'll go through all these acronyms in our class, and you'll have very good understanding, okay? And you will also, in this one, we'll also do these are things, but then the next one, the module 9, which is the last module, which is about job readiness, where we'll teach you how to do resume building and interview preparation. And we'll also try to have a mock interview for jobs, okay? Just so we can give you some feedback before you enter the job field, okay? Yes, that's pretty much the whole course curriculum for this course. And as we talked about, this is the 4 months course. It's a $350 per month for 4 months, right? And there are only 10 people allowed for this course, okay? You can either send the payments to, give me 1 second. This is, we just have to change this. The domain name got changed recently. We just got ITHDOCT6to8, okay? So payment at ITHDOCT6to8, or we can send you a link for, if you message on WhatsApp, we can send you the link for our online payment as well, credit card payment, okay? There's just, I believe there's a 5% fee on it. That's about it, but it's just for online payment processing. Once you send the payment, just send us a screenshot of it on WhatsApp, and we will ready up an invoice and we'll give it to you, okay? Just so it's a proof of enrollment. But give me 1 second. You guys can freely ask any question. Let me unlock your mics. Please raise your hands, and then one by one, you guys can ask any question. Okay? Yeah, your microphone is unlocked. You should be able to, turn on your microphone. There is a hand icon at the bottom, so if you guys just press the hand icon, and then you guys can ask your questions. Okay? Hey, go ahead, Buga. Am I saying your name correctly?
Okay, thank you so much. I wanted to know if after the completion of the course, do we have certification, like you said, like do we have certificate? And again, I would say Monday is a working day. So like me in person, I close at 6:30. Before I reach home, it's past 7. So I don't know how I can do in that case since the class starts at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. What you can do is you can join as soon as you come home, not a big deal. But as long as you watch, as I said, as long as you watch the recording and you do all the assignments, you should be okay.
And is there like a group? Would there be like a group where all the recording videos will be sent to, or you will be sent individually?
No. So what we do is we actually have something called, I'll share you. We actually have a portal where once you register, you'll get a login as well. So you'll get a login from here, right? So when you log in, you'll see all your courses here, and you can go ahead and pick your courses and watch your recording. So let's say if you go here, it'll be related to recording, and you can go in here and watch your recording.
Okay.
Okay, so all the things are in the group, and you'll also have to ask any question. You'll also have a group so where you can send emails to ask questions to myself or to your fellow teammates as well, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. But yeah, everything is part of the student portal. Everything is there. You can go there and do your assignments. Everything gets unlocked for the class duration. For let's say the test starts today evening, right? It'll get unlocked today evening till next week, whenever we say the end date for the quizzes, and it gets unlocked and stays open till that time. Sure.
Okay.
No problem. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Any other questions, guys? You guys can feel free to ask any questions. Not a problem at all. The last day to register for this course, I would say, is Friday the 17th. Just so you know, we can get everyone enrolled and then send them the email and access everything. Okay. So next week, 20th, will be the second class. Mohammed, did you have any question previously, man? Oh, go ahead.
What I understand is, do you mean like the class officially start next week, Monday?
Next week, Monday, yes. 20th.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's 2 hours every week.
2 hours every week, yes.
Thank you so much for the clarification.
No problem. No problem. Thank you. Thank you. It's 2 hours every week for 4 months, okay?
Yeah. Every Monday.
Every Monday, yes. Every Monday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much. Any other question, guys, you'd like to ask about this? If you guys, yeah, go ahead.
How the paying option for this course I want to pay?
Yeah, you can either send through the e-transfer payment at ITHDOCTM6to8. Once you make the payment, just send us a screenshot with your name and everything, right? We'll ask you for the details. Our staff will, when we send to the WhatsApp, the 416-700-3896, our staff will ask you for some details for registration. And okay, and you must not have any criminal offense, okay? Just to be very clear, I don't think any of you guys had any, so. But as long as you don't, they'll ask you your first name, your full first name, last name, your date of birth, address, your phone number for registration, and they'll send you over your invoice, and they'll also send you over your login information as well to our student portal.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, no problem.
I have one more question. Like after this course, like you guys helping me all like for interview and everything, but it's not 100% to job guaranteed. Yeah.
So we do guarantee as long as you give it a try too, right? So let's say this, right? You'll need to apply for a job. Like we won't apply on behalf of you, but what we'll do is we'll give you all the tools that you need to apply for yourself, right? We'll teach you the techniques. We'll sit down and work with you on how to optimize your resumes, and we'll show you the techniques exactly. And that way you'll have the tools to apply, right? But let's say you don't follow the tools and apply, you don't get interviews, we cannot do anything with it, right? But let's say until you get a job, if you're applying properly, we will work.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Any other question, guys? Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry,
Sorry,
I have a lot of questions. So,
yeah, no problem. I'm just saying your name correctly. Sorry. Vuga?
in module 3, so I saw introduction to cybersecurity and threat awareness. So with this, is it that it's part of cybersecurity, or you can do this and then again you can upgrade again to cybersecurity?
So, okay, so cybersecurity, it's not really, you can't really do entry level into cybersecurity, okay?
Okay.
But what you can do, if you have IT experience, you can do entry into cybersecurity because you have IT knowledge, right? So usually people start off in help desk, work here for 1 or 2 years, and then slowly get certification, get exposure to cybersecurity, and move into cybersecurity.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
And we do have like, I would say some of us do not have any experience in this. There might be some people who already have experience, and maybe the level of teaching. Will you be teaching like you're teaching like those who don't have experience, or you're teaching like professional? I want to know that.
Very good question. I think I said it before too in the first thing. This class, when we conduct it, we will conduct it like if anyone has no experience whatsoever. Okay. It starts from very, very basics, because the thing is, even if you have experience, we say that, if there's 10 people in the class, maybe even 3 or 2 people don't have too much experience, right? But we do want to make sure we cover for them too. Okay. So this starts from very, very basics. And as I said, like whenever we start a subject, everything's like, especially the first 3 like the IT fundamentals, networking fundamentals, and cybersecurity fundamentals, they're very basics. They will work the way up. So even if you don't know anything, it gives you understanding on the computer module, right? Even when we start Azure, the first assignments or 2, it's very hold hands, and it's to make sure you're not scared about it. You can work on it, right? And then afterwards, slowly the assignment starts going up, where you'll have deeper understanding of it by yourself. And you'll see a lot of times that even like you'll even realize the day 1, and like 3 months after, you'll see like you don't even need my help. I give you assignments, I let you work on it, you'll figure it out, you'll complete it and send it back to me. It's because of the exposure, and I'll even like in the last previous batch, I asked this person, was like, "Do you guys work on Azure?" Because the explanation they gave was just as someone, a senior system admin will give us. It's that level of explanation. It's because they were exploring, they didn't understand, so they went and searched online, and they figured it out, right? So it's that's when you search for something and you figure it out, you'll have a deeper learning understanding. That's what we try to create, like deeper learning. And usually, even in class, we only cover about 30 or 40%. And the assignments, we try to make sure everything else is covered in the assignment. So you have, with the tools, the 30%, 40%, it gives you something to look at, right? If you don't even know what is Azure, you can't search it. But if I give you all the understanding of what Azure is, how it works, at least when I tell you about RBAC, you can go and figure it out how it works and everything. In the inner gears, right? And figure it out and make it work for you. And if it doesn't, you can reach out and we'll point you in the right direction.
Okay.
Any other question, guys? Go ahead.
Let me use the opportunity.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, so as help desk analyst, apart from this, what else? What other jobs? Like, I would like to know, like, what other jobs that you can do with this certificate? Yeah.
So usually, here's a list of job that fits in the same thing, right? Help desk analyst, service desk analyst, Office 365 migration specialist, Azure migration specialist. You can do, there's another title called service desk specialist and service desk technician. There's all these titles are all referred to the same job titles. The reason why they have different job titles for same role, it depends on the company structure.
Okay.
And you learn about this when we go into understand that module 1 where we do IT fundamentals. You'll understand how IT team is structured in a company, and by their structuring, some of the names might change, and your duties might change slightly.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Some company calls it as help desk technician. Some company will have a team for help desk, and some company will have some team for service desk. Some companies will have just a service desk itself. It just depends on how they want to cut cost, how big the company is, how they want to differentiate scope of work and everything. Sure. But yeah, very good question though. That's a very good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. And this is the thing about me, right? I would never ever say you asking a question would be a stupid question, okay? I would always encourage you to ask any question, even though if you think silly, still ask. The reason is because the question you might think that's silly, it might be a very beneficial question for someone else, right? So in my class, there is no such thing as stupid question. I will answer every single question, okay? And here's the thing, if you don't understand something, please speak up and I will explain to you in a different way. Or I usually have here's the thing. I usually have a tablet where I can draw on the screen and show you. The day I think I had something and I flicked my hand and it just flew and broke it. So I'm still waiting for my thing. I would actually draw it out and show you guys how it works. Like, if you don't understand something, I will try to give you guys 2 or 3 different types of explanations so you guys can understand it. Okay. So always ask if you don't get something. It's because don't be shy about learning, right? Trust me, I don't get everything in a certain way too, and I don't expect everyone to get the same way, right? But it's your duty to ask the question, and it's my duty to answer you too. Because at the end of the day, you guys are paying me individually, right? So it's my responsibility to teach for the paying you guys do, right? So whatever you guys have questions on, please ask again and again until you get it. I don't care, even if we have to take out of the class, I will still stay out of the class or before the class to explain to you, okay? But I just want to make sure that you guys understand the concept of it to the fullest and understand it completely, right? You won't be successful unless you understand the complete concept of it. End of the day, if you go into the workplace, if you cannot explain what is Azure to your manager, you will not be successful. That is a basic concept, right? If you don't understand it, you need to ask me that I don't understand this. Can you teach me, right? It is my job to teach you. So, but it's your job to ask me the question if you don't get it to, right? And you trust me, whenever in this through this course, there's about 600 plus slides that we'll cover, and most of these slides cover the same concept in a slightly different direction, so that everybody can understand, right? So I try to put every concept into realistic life, like in apartment theory or in house theory, so I can show you how from a realistic point of view, right? So you understand. But if you don't get it, that's fine. Tell me, and I'll draw it out, and I'll make sure you guys understand it. Okay, that is my promise to you guys. As long as you ask, I'll make sure any other way that I can teach you guys, I'll try to figure it out. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much all for joining. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be stopping the recording now, and I'm going to be this is through Google Meet, so I have to wait until the Google Meet recording comes to me. As soon as it comes, I'll put it on, and then I'll send you guys all the recording, and I'll send you guys all the links for payments and everything. If you guys wish to join, you guys can join. Okay, but if not, I'll see you guys on October 20th at 6 p.m. sharp. Okay, guys. Thank you so much all for joining. I want you guys to all have a very good day. Okay, and thanks. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we are waiting for the link.
Yes. Thank you.